Ladies and gentlemen, Trash Taste is returning to Dreamhack Melbourne. Sorry. As I was saying, we're returning this April 26th to 28th at the Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne. Come see us perform our Trash Taste Tour show on the Friday, April 26th at Dreamhack.
That's right. It's a one-day show only, so you better not miss it. You can get the tickets right now for Dreamhack by going to dreamhack.com/Melbourne.
But guys, if you want to guarantee yourself seats for the show, this year there is a special Trash Taste upgrade where you can get that guaranteed seats for the show, a Polaroid, and an exclusive Q&A after the show. Use code Trash Taste to save 10% on a single and 3-day pass. So this is your only chance to see the tour show that we've done in America and Europe.
And we'll also be doing an open Q&A on Saturday, April 27th for everyone else at Dreamhack. So we hope to see you there. Smash that link in the description down below to get your tickets now, and don't forget to use coupon code Trash Taste. We'll see you there. Made a suit collaboration with Glamb, and
looking like a mob boss, right?
yeah,
like
$500. Yeah, it's like a.
Okay, you're looking at us.
Bro, the suit is so good though. So many custom things.
You're greeted by this, man.
Why am I getting mocked here, bro? What the heck? What you do? I'm trying to gush about my baby over here. Alrighty. You ready?
It's like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's this was trying to emulate that. What's that under your? What's that? Bug?
Oh, it's a cockroach.
Ew.
It's a dead cockroach.
It just died on our set.
What?
It's been.
It's a crusty little cockroach.
Oh, what the?
Oh, I get to do the thing that my dad does.
Joey?
Oh, it didn't pop.
Ew, dude.
What are you, Maylin?
I love that sound. Are you proud of me, Dad?
Wait, why is there a cockroach on our set? What the?
Oh, it just popped.
Oh my! Oh god,
Did you hear it?
Oh my god. That brings up many questions. Number one, why are there cockroaches in our studio? Number two, why is there a dead? How did the cockroach just die randomly?
Died on it under our set.
Yeah.
It died of cringe. It looked at us and it was like, cringe.
I thought they were like impervious to everything.
Yeah, except for the
Except for cringe.
except for the Trash Taste set, apparently.
That's vile.
Check this out, please.
I just looked at it and I was like, what?
If you'd never said so, I wouldn't have noticed. Thank you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, how stinky are your
Ew.
feet, Joe?
All right, well, my feet are off. I'm bringing my feet up here for this episode.
It's a fucking cockroach. It's not good. Actually, that was a big cockroach for Japan.
Yeah, that was
They're usually like this big.
What?
That reminded me of home.
I just don't like them.
They're pretty clean.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they clean themselves all the time.
Hello to everyone watching while eating right now. What a way to start off this episode.
Well,
with,
welcome back to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm Connor, joined by the boys once again, Joey and Gaunt.
Hello.
How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
We are not stinky boys. We have a clean set. We have a clean office.
The cockroach
Oh, is
literally
the
died.
cockroach the cold open?
Yeah,
I
it's gotta
guess.
be.
I
It's gotta
guess.
be.
How can we top that?
That was such a. That was horrible.
That was the
I'm
biggest-
scared,
I would have
man.
never noticed until you said so.
I don't like that at all. That makes you feel nasty inside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, our studio is a bit of a mess right now.
Oh, yeah, it's a cockroach.
It's a bit of a
heaven.
bombshell, so there's probably a ton more where they came from.
Well, hopefully we don't ever find any more.
Yeah, we're doing the fucking Asmongold experience.
Oh god.
No, I'll never be that bad. Come on.
Yeah, there's a clip of him like where he throws a cockroach off himself.
Yeah,
like
he's
that-
like
I don't think
live.
we're that
He's
bad.
live
We're not that
streaming.
bad.
Yeah, he's live streaming, and then the cockroach is just like crawling
so
all
vile.
over him.
It's so gross.
So no, we're like a step above that. We have dead cockroaches. Actually,
Yeah.
they're not.
No, that's
alive
even bad.
anymore.
They've died from our filth. How can it even be messy? We've never had one before.
As far as you know,
Yeah, I guess so.
we might flip over a rock and there's just a ton of them.
Have you found any in your place? I haven't found any in my place.
No, not right
Yeah,
now.
thank God.
We
No.
keep our house pretty clean.
I have, but you are not near the ground floor at all.
No.
So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I remember because in my old apartment, I lived on the 8th floor. Didn't have to worry about that shit. Got no bugs, no nothing. And now I live in like on the ground floor. And I'm like, oh, it's there's so much shit you have to worry about.
Immediately more threats.
Yeah, immediately more threats, more points of entry as well.
Yeah, because you guys are going to get those mosquitoes in the summer as well.
Yeah. We get all
gross.
those.
Be me.
Well, that's
This
why we travel
sucks.
out. But
Yeah, just leave the country. Life hack.
just leave the country. Hi, America.
Have money and leave.
Hi, Anime Expo. Yes, this is my yearly routine now.
What a privileged solution to mosquitoes.
Just leave.
Just leave.
Just leave.
Just don't be there. Just drop some money on a plane ticket and just leave.
But yeah, today we are recording a topical episode.
Topical just means that we recorded it at a timely manner. Because normally Trash Taste is recorded a week or two at minimum in advance just because of how our lives work. But this one we're recording days before.
Yeah.
And we actually haven't been able to record much of... Like a lot of the episodes we've recently recorded have been guests or they've been themed. So we haven't really had the chance to talk about anything current ongoing.
Yeah.
And obviously the really big news, unfortunately, is Toriyama passed away. About probably like 2-3 weeks ago by the time of this recording.
I mean, I remember. So
and a lot of people wanted us to talk about it.
Yeah.
And obviously that's not why we're talking about it. We're talking about it because we want to talk about it.
We wanted to talk about it anyway, but at the exact moment we found out, I don't know why this keeps happening. Because this has happened twice now, which is weird that it's happened twice.
Yeah.
A well-respected mangaka who we all respect, and we find out with each other during some kind of recording. Because I remember when Miura passed away, we were at a Netflix shoot, and then I had just gotten out of the toilet, and then Joey goes, "Fucking hell, I think Miura just like passed away." And then same thing with Toriyama this time. I was like,
kind of ruined the recording for the rest of the day. You know, it's been a real downer.
Yeah. And then we were about to record a Trash Taste episode or something like 2 weeks ago.
And then found out Toriyama
passed away.
Like first day of the month, right? So yeah, 1st of March, I believe.
Yeah, but it was announced on the 8th.
Yeah,
I believe
because I think they'd already done the funeral service. I think they did like a private funeral service,
which I think is the right way to go about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I was like,
I agree.
Too many times I think like celebrities get passed away straight away, and then it becomes like this whole news thing for anyone in their personal lives and personal family can even like mourn about it as well. But I mean, my timeline was just completely stacked, obviously, as it would with Toriyama and his legacy.
And what a legacy as well. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's reflected by just how many people were talking about it and were affected by it. I mean, like I've never seen the internet collectively mourn.
I mean, you know, it's the fact of the matter is that, like, obviously, you know, Dragon Ball was such a massive part of everyone's lives, like regardless of like, you know, if you're like from our generation or older or young and stuff like that. But it's also the fact that like he did so much more than Dragon Ball as well. Like, you know, he did, you know, character designer for like some of the best JRPGs ever created, like Dragon Quest and like Chrono Trigger, and like that's just like one tiny thing that he did, you know. And it's going to be interesting to see because the Dragon Ball Super manga is still currently serializing, I believe.
It is?
I believe so.
Oh, wow.
So, but like he didn't, but Toriyama didn't write it. I believe he just supervised it. Correct me if I'm wrong, comments, which I'm sure you will anyway. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to like just get abruptly cut, or if they're going to do kind of like a mirror thing and just kind of go as far as they can with the notes that he left. But yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of Dragon Ball media that has existed outside of Toriyama as far as I know.
Did you see...
maybe not that story.
Did you see one that I thought was very bittersweet? Was the fact... Oh, it's okay. So it says Dragon Ball Super could be reaching the conclusion soon. Okay, well, I mean, obviously that makes sense. Well, one thing I did see that was kind of bittersweet was apparently the... I forgot the guy's name. The main actor who played Goku in the live action Dragon Ball
that's really good.
wrote a public apology to Toriyama and his
Wait,
family.
he did?
Yeah. He wrote a public apology to Toriyama and his family, being like, I am so sorry for this movie.
I did not know that happened.
That's goat behavior, man.
Yeah, pays tribute by apologizing for Dragon Ball Evolution.
Bro wrote an apology letter.
He said, sorry, we messed up.
Yeah, he's like, sorry we messed it up so badly.
Holy shit.
There's also, I think, the government of El Salvador did a statement saying,
really?
No mourning. Yeah, dude. I mean, like,
holy crap.
Goku is bigger than anything in Latin America. And I mean, Dragon Balls were known worldwide, and I think that it was also really cool in a sense because, you know, the modern way of communicating for the Gen Z and Gen X, whatever they're called, is memes. And seeing all like the memes made out of love was really cool as well. And seeing people were just expressing like their jokes.
It was like legitimately, it was legitimately one of the first times even that the internet collectively came together on a toxic as shit platform like Twitter and was like, for today, guys, no toxicity. Only wholesomeness for the GOAT. And I was like, God damn.
I mean, you would like to think like you would like to think what the entire industry would be like without, Toriyama's influence, because Dragon Ball inspired not only like a generation of people, but even like a generation of like artists, and has changed anime and manga forever. It's insane.
I mean, for a lot of people outside of like Japan, like Dragon Ball was the show that put anime on the map.
Yeah.
So many people had no freaking clue what anime even was until they saw and fell in love with Dragon Ball on like their Saturday morning cartoons, and was like, oh, this is what anime is.
Yeah.
And that's like super impressive to do.
Yeah. And just like, the influence that Goku as and the entire cast of Dragon Ball has had on just, I think we like to, I don't know if we downplay or if we just don't think about the effect that seeing characters like Goku can have on our childhood, and just like shaping our morals and like, teaching us to be good people. I think that's part of the reason why superheroes are characterized the way they are. A lot of the times we see these characters as a kid and we don't think about it too much because we're just like developing our young minds. But I remember like, being a kid, I was like, if Goku can be like this, if Goku can be a good person, then, I should be a good person as well.
No, totally.
And I think just seeing that influence, planting that seed as we were a kid and just seeing it grow up to try to be like the best people we can be, just shows how much of an influence just one person can have on a piece of fictional media. And I think it's insane.
I did just remember, actually, I feel like I gotta look it up, but like the one that almost like legitimately made me cry was Oda's message.
Oh, Oda's message.
Toriyama.
Holy shit. Yeah, that
I
one.
didn't see this.
Oda,
What did he say?
the One Piece, he wrote like a morning letter, like a letter of respect towards Toriyama. And like it's like a full paragraph of like, him saying like, you were one of the biggest influences for me growing up, and you were the one who inspired me to draw and all that. And that final line that he writes in this letter, everyone on the internet was just like, God damn it, Oda. Why did you have to say it like that? He said, I hope heaven is as delightful as you imagined it in your manga.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro.
I saw like what's his name? iShield 21 author?
Murakami.
Murakami gave a message as well. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
I mean, there was
so cool.
There was I don't remember if I don't know if this was official or not, or if someone just like kind of collected it over time, but I did see on Twitter of like a bunch of manga authors drawing Goku in their respective styles, and just like
Gintama author, I thought.
Gintama author did it. Yeah,
really
Oda
cool.
did it. Kishimoto did it, and it's just like, it just goes to show, like, these goats, like, looked up to a dude like Toriyama, and that if that doesn't show you just how much of an impact this guy made on the world of manga, then I don't know what else could,
I saw some people getting angry when I did a tweet and I was like, I just said bro, because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you passed.
Yeah.
And people were like, you don't even like Dragon Ball. And I'm like, well, I don't think you have to like Dragon Ball or like any of the media to not appreciate the impact that a man like Toriyama had. I think it's not hard to appreciate. That everything you like has probably been somewhat, especially if you're an anime fan or an otaku, in some way, even video games, right? It's all tangentially all been inspired by this one great piece of work. Yeah. And also other works as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's just part of the internet being like, well, you weren't a super fan, so you're not allowed to. Sometimes you feel.
To me, I don't see it as, I think it's just, everyone deals with their grief in a different way. And I think when some people who are super fans or they really love something, they're like, they it's so dear to them. And I think it's just a way of like lashing out in a sense that like, man, it's pathetic. It shouldn't. But like, I understand where it comes from, right? You're like really fucking devastated about this. Yeah. And you feel that like, hey, this guy didn't connect with it the same way I did. Yeah. The same piece of media the way I did. I don't feel like it's fair that he's like mourning in a sense.
Yeah,
and
but I think
so it is like a petty way, but I can understand where it's just a lot of emotions, man. People are sad. People are very sad and they're grieving.
Yeah, but I think, just because you're not a fan of something, it doesn't necessarily mean like
it's petty. I think
you're not allowed to mourn, it's for someone.
Because I feel like there's like, a fine line between someone who, paying respects to someone who definitely deserves it, like Toriyama, and we have not been shy of, let's say,
I
clowning
think
on...
I've clowned on Dragon Ball more than anyone.
Yeah, clowning on Dragon Ball 1, especially like clowning on Dragon Ball fans. We have had a history of doing that.
We have made fun of Dragon Ball fans so much.
We've more so than not clowned on the fans than the actual show, I feel.
Yeah, but, you know, I think it's just being a fucking adult to be like, hey, you can still respect what this person has done.
Absolutely.
Even if there are people who have connected with the media more than you have. And, you know, a lot of people see that on the internet and they're like, oh, you're faking it. You're two-faced. Yeah. Because you have had this, like, you know, you've had this way that you've portrayed your opinions of this work and the fan base, and now you're like suddenly 180. Well, no, sometimes people can just want to not be a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I think regardless, you know, if someone passes, it's a hard thing to process regardless, even if you know them or didn't know them or like any kind of aspect of that, and I think you can be sad about it. There's a lot to unpack, but I think that even if it's the fact that we feel comfortable enough in the past to make fun of the fan base is like almost a compliment to the size of the impact, right? Like if it was, you know, it's not fun to make fun of Seven Deadly Sins fans anymore because there are none. There is no Seven Deadly Sins fans, you know what I mean? Like,
but you know, if you know,
like I think in a sense, like being able to like have that funny discourse and banter. At the end of the day, it's all jokes, right? We all make fun of each other for being fans of different media, and I think that just again, it's another aspect that speaks to the impact of it that so many people. You know, the fan base is so dedicated.
I mean, making fun of Seven Deadly Sins fans now, it's just like punching a...
It's punching down too much.
It's like punching a disabled puppy at this point, you know? It's just like, they've had enough L's, man. It just feels
Why
bad.
did the puppy have to be disabled?
I don't know.
Was punching down to the puppy not enough?
you could have just said child, you know, like...
Also saying it like a disabled puppy. It's like, you're like, oh yeah, you're some park over there.
I was like, a puppy just ain't bad enough.
We really have to drive home the fact that this thing is truly helpless.
Look, it just, at this point, it was fun at one point.
That's something I would say. I'm surprised you came out with that. That's a me comment.
I just seeing every new Seven Deadly Sins adaptation. I'm like, you know, is it even fun to clown on them anymore?
No, it's just beating a dead horse.
All right, let's just go back. Let's just go to Jujutsu Kaisen because you know they deserve to be clowned on. You know
This puppy isn't disabled.
The moment that I found out about Toriyama passing, it just made me, because I've been wanting to play Chrono Trigger for so long, and now I'm like, okay, now I got to do it.
I mean, it's sad to think now that we'll never get a Chrono Trigger remake now because of this. But I did in this past week. I did replay Chrono Trigger.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Because I had to.
I really want to play it.
I really want to play it
It's
as
one
well.
of my favorite JRPGs of all time, and his character designs are just so goddamn good in that. I was just like, this is the best way I can pay respects to Toriyama, and I've played that game maybe 10, 20 times at least. Still goated. Still an amazing experience.
Yeah, I need to play it as well.
Yeah.
I know it's one of the best JRPGs, as you said.
It is, yeah.
And everyone says that as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm gonna have to try and find time to go and play it as well.
I mean, this has been
another 20 hours. I've played too many JRPGs.
This has been the month
man.
for JRPGs, man. I've
the month, more like the fucking year or
so
like
far.
2 years.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I was saying to Gant earlier before we started the podcast. I finished three JRPGs in the past month.
Oh, so you've worked a full-time job in the
I've worked a full-time job in the past month in terms of playing games.
Yeah, we didn't have any Trash Chase recordings last week, and I was like, I'll play like 2 hours of Persona 3 since I was just like, I'll just like.
We didn't have any recording last week?
No, we didn't.
No.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
We recorded 2 weeks ago.
I thought it was last week.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, I'll play a few hours of Persona, and then here I am a week later, like 50 hours. I didn't get anything.
That's the Persona
done.
effect.
I know. I fucking hate
Just
it.
sucks you in.
I fucking hate it. It's so goddamn addicting.
Yeah.
And you know, normally with JRPGs, I'm like, I can casually just like invest maybe like a few hours every night, and just like that's how I can play JRPGs and still manage the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah.
But Persona is just like impossible.
Persona's like, you don't have a life.
Yeah.
While this game is on,
Yeah, you don't have a life.
you are a
until-
NEET.
Yeah.
I going back to the other topic slightly. I remember I saw a post that was from I think a Japanese Twitter user where they had kept a track of all the ages
I saw that.
mangakas
Yeah.
passed away, and it was something like being a mangaka is like the deadliest job in Japan.
It's
One of the deadliest
compared to the
Yeah.
average life expectancy of a Japanese person. I think mangakas died 20
It was like
years.
60 something. Yeah,
Yeah,
Can you
20
pull
years
this up?
before everybody else.
It was something crazy.
Yeah.
And even then, like there was, it's pretty well documented that I think Oda had a pretty, that Toriyama had a pretty healthy work-life balance too. But I wonder, it's crazy. I mean, it's concerning. Like, why do so many mangakas pass away so early?
Yeah.
I mean, because the schedules are just so
Yeah,
messed
I don't know.
up,
I mean,
especially for weekly
it's not
stuff
this
like
one.
in,
It was on Twitter.
all the shonen magazines, right? Like, yeah, as you said, like Toriyama had like, the original Dragon Ball manga that Toriyama actually drew ended quite a long time ago. So he's been kind of just like doing, all the Dragon Quest stuff and like, a bunch of other just like art-based stuff that is not on a weekly basis. So, he somewhat, had a pretty healthy life, as you said. But man, I'm scared for like people like Oda, or like, people who have just like 20, 30 plus years series still somehow writing weekly. Like, scary.
It's insane what it's like work schedule they must have. And, a lot of the fan base are like, no, it's still not enough. We need more chapters. And one thing that even confuses me even more is when you have like the odd mangaka that are releasing that are working on two projects at once.
Yeah,
like
right.
what's the Kaguya-sama's
Akasaka Aka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing Oshinoko.
Well, Akasaka. The thing with Akasaka though is that he's doing Kaguya-sama. He does the story and art for that. But with Oshinoko, he's only doing the story.
Oh,
Which look, it's still a lot, but at least he's not drawing both of them. Like if he was drawing both of them, he would be like the Mudan of mangakas. Like it'd just be like that would be too much for a person to do.
Oh, do you know someone who is doing both? Talking about the goats of mangaka, right? The fucking manga of Rent a Girlfriend.
Oh my
decided, so he's like doing Rent a Girlfriend, and I believe in his spare time he's like, I'm gonna make a manga about a sister harem, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Who let this man cook? Who let him into the kitchen?
Why do you get the talent of like infinite manga releases? I don't know if they're both I don't know if that's a weekly one as well, but I believe that Rent a Girlfriend is still definitely ongoing.
Meanwhile, Togashi's still on a 6-year hiatus.
Yeah.
Like, life's not fair, man.
Shonen Jump mangakas can never seem to catch up.
Jesus Christ.
But
sent the link in the chat, but it got community noted, so I'm actually curious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
But I sent it in the chat. Do you want to look at I can't read it.
okay.
Actually.
I don't
It's
know
all
my
in
phone.
Japanese,
I don't
so
know my phone.
shit.
okay.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the community note essentially is talking about how this survey is mostly consisting of mangakas who are born roughly in the mid to late 80s.
Okay.
Right.
As of right now, are in their like late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And so the
Right.
the data set is a bit skewed.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It's not
Okay.
it's not referencing any mangas from like the 60s and 70s.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Right. So,
Makes sense.
but
Okay.
still, I mean, I think there's something to be said here, even if the data set is a bit skewed, that like you just look at, some of these, I mean, there's a lot of like pretty notable mangas there. And just the fact that, again, like you very rarely see mangakas, or see news about mangakas passing away in their, 70s and 80s, which is the average age of a Japanese person, at least countrywide. I think really just goes to show that, like, yeah, this job is incredibly taxing on you physically and mentally. That it's not really a surprise that some of these authors are passing away early because, and it's always due to like, some kind of like very, sudden complication health-wise, right? Like it's,
Well, I think, going on back to like mangakas who can do multiple series and some manga who are like really, really struggle. I think it's, the thing about a creative kind of like job that I found is that creative, you can work an office job and you can mostly predict, okay, I can get X amount of work done in X amount of hours. But with a creative job, it's so hard to predict. Like there is a certain amount of workload and productivity that needs to be done. Most of the time that is dependent on like an external company or a deal you have. Like, you have to release this chapter weekly, and some people really, really struggle with that. And some people have spare time with it. Like I remember meeting the author of Fairy Tale, and he started a YouTube channel because he just had like too much spare time in between.
Wait, isn't Eden Zero still going though?
Yeah.
And that's weekly, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck?
Because he's a fucking machine, man. Like
so people just have different like bandwidth.
Yeah.
To be able to do stuff like that.
It's like, did you see the interview between George R.R. Martin and
Stephen King?
Stephen King.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, and
he was like George R.R. was like, how the fuck do you write that many books?
Yeah.
It's like, it's actually insane.
Yeah. I definitely empathize with that myself, because there are some days where I'm like, I want to get X amount of work done and X amount of stuff written. And then sometimes, you can just like plow out 2 times as much as you wanted to.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about Stephen King, like it's kind of not fair because, he has coke on his side. That'll definitely help.
Drugs.
Wait, is this like a known fact?
Yeah, he wrote.
What? Can we Google this?
He used to apparently he had this like period in his life where in his career rather where he was addicted to coke. And that when he would write like entire
Coca-Cola or?
Yeah, sure, let's say Coca-Cola.
Okay, yeah, Stephen King would do so much cocaine that he had to stuff cotton up his nose to stop blood from dripping on his typewriter.
And apparently while he was on these coke binges, he would just write entire books in like a few days. And that's how he was able to like, I don't remember which period it was, but like, that's why some of his like kind of middle career books while he was on this coke binge are just so weird.
Yeah, Not to, because I haven't released anything of value, so I can't really talk, but aren't some of his books known to be like kind of
I mean, like
he's done so many, right?
The one that comes to mind is Cujo, which is the one about the rabid dog.
Okay.
That goes around killing people.
Okay.
And I remember reading that in high school. I'm like, this is fucking weird. And then I found out he wrote that in like 3 days on a coke binge. And I was like, that explains it.
It is kind of impressive what you can kind of like just do when you're the goat. You can just kind of release shit like that.
And it's like,
I don't know if it's bad, but I'm assuming
another banger, Steven.
I'm assuming it's just weird. And then you kind of,
I mean, obviously he's not on it anymore. But
it's kind of cool though. I mean,
I mean, I could say something similar about someone like, Junji Ito, where he has some goated pieces of work. And then sometimes you read a story and you're like, what were you thinking? What was the point? And I'm sure there was no point. He was just like...
I like that. I like the story about the short story he wrote about like the cat that like gets possessed by some kind of like thing and just like dismorphs into this disgusting thing.
Yeah.
And when you read...
King?
No, this is Junji Ito.
Okay.
And when when you read that short story, you're like, okay, I don't know what this story was about.
Yeah.
And apparently Junji Ito just wrote that because he likes cats.
Okay.
And he was like, I just wanted to write one about a cat. And I'm like, I respect it.
Okay. You're like, damn, that's been such a deep...
Junji Ito's cat diary.
There's been such a deep thought process
he was like, I just really like cats, so I'm just going to write this.
I like cats.
Yeah. And I was like, I respect it.
I mean, you can kind of do whatever you want when you're the goat, which is the best, which is cool.
Yeah.
What's the author of Chainsaw Man again?
Fujimoto.
Did he make like a... Have you read all of his short manga?
Yeah.
Did he make a short manga where the point of the short manga is that it's not that deep?
Yeah.
What's it called again?
The Look Back, right?
Look Back. Look Back's the one that's
Goodbye, Eri.
No. There's one more.
No, there's the third one, isn't there?
There's the third one that was like a...
I have no idea.
Shit, what was it called?
There was a third one that was like a really, really short one. It was only like 20 pages long. And I think the point of that was just like, bro, it was... Fuck. I'm
look it up.
Look it up, yeah.
Just look up Fujimoto Tatsuki short story.
Short story. Makes you wonder how many stories are made that are just like not that deep, or the author just made it on a whim.
Yeah, it's not the short story collections, right?
No,
Because he did that as well. Oh my god, what was it called?
I can't remember. Okay, wait, hold on.
No, that's the Before Chainsaw Man short stories.
Short manga.
I know what you're talking about though, because I definitely read it.
Music. I remember it was about music.
Wait, is it called the Before Chainsaw Man short stories?
No.
Well, that collection is, that's like a collection of like, it's like an anthology collection of short stories.
Based in the same universe?
Kind of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
or inspired by the same universe.
Interesting.
I think it's Just Listen.
Just listen to the song.
Just listen to the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, which killed all, which has killed like all intellectual debate around pieces of
Also,
media.
I love how Wikipedia labels this as, under the genre of cringe comedy.
Wait, why is it cringe comedy?
It's under cringe comedy, which is the best way to describe
that's
Fujimoto's work sometimes, in the best way possible. Yeah, I do remember this one. Because I read it and I'm like, what was this about? Because it didn't. I mean, it's always hard to grasp what Fujimoto's trying to say in any of his manga the first time you read it.
It's interesting because I think it's like super meta, where you can interpret it as like, hey, you know, sometimes people are looking at my work way too deeply or over analyzing it. I don't know.
I don't blame those people. He makes some fucking
he does make some weird shit.
Like Goodbye Eri, dude. Like that was like the most poignant.
I haven't read any of his stuff.
Dude, Goodbye Eri is.
Well, you saw Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah, I saw it, but I haven't read any of his.
So have you consumed any other pieces of his work at all?
No, I haven't.
Goodbye Eri is an incredible. Even Look Back as well. Look Back was about like his kind of view into like the world of creating manga, basically. And it's just like really good coming of age story. You should read Fire Punch, bro.
Yeah, everyone tells me about Fire Punch.
That one is wild.
That is wild.
That is even more deranged than Chainsaw Man.
I've heard that from everyone too.
Yeah,
Which
it's so good.
I do want to. Just haven't got around to it.
It's only what, 8 volumes? Yeah, it's quite
Yeah,
short.
it's not long at all. I've wanted to, but I have a feeling it'll get animated someday. And it's gonna be glorious.
I don't know if it can. Maybe
You say that.
maybe.
We always say the stuff can't be.
Yeah.
It's unadaptable, and then it gets adapted, and we're like, oh shit, this is fire.
Yeah.
Punch.
Yeah, if Fire Punch ever gets adapted, everyone's gonna be so hype with the first half, and then everyone's gonna be like, "What else?"
Well, that's what they said about Vinland Saga, gone.
No,
No,
Is it that much worse?
it's not worse.
The second half of Fire Punch is just every page is just what the fuck is going on.
Oh, okay,
It's just weird.
Well, Evangelion.
yeah, kind of like that level. Of
The Evangelion crowd are gonna be frothing at the mouth with Fire Punch.
Also,
dude.
then, and you know, that's done well. More merchandise than God. So I think I think it's fine.
Sure.
I see more Evangelion stuff than Christian stuff. Although very heavily similar kind of themes, I guess.
Yeah, which is a similar thing where I think there was a point where people were like analyzing everything about Evangelion.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the symbolism turned out to be, Anno being like, I thought it just looked cool.
It just looked cool, yeah. Yeah, it's like, when they explode, when the angels explode, they explode into the cross. Like, that's obviously a reference to, like, Christianity. And then Arno in an interview was just like, I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
There's no meaning behind it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's only so much you can think about.
Yeah. Or he's lying, and that's just a distraction for people to stop talking about it.
Maybe that's what that's
what they want you to think.
No, you tactician.
While they make Doritos branded Evangelion.
What's wrong?
It's an allegory for consumerism, which obviously Evangelion is against.
What's wrong, honey? You've barely touched your purple Doritos.
Yeah,
oh my god, when are they gonna release that?
They probably will or have.
But probably have. Yeah.
Well, it's like Netflix doing the Squid Game adaptation of Squid Game.
Oh yeah.
The whole, which just ties into the whole like message of Squid Game itself, right? Right?
It's very ironic.
Yeah, very, very much ironic.
When is the second season of that coming out? Actually, it's this year, right?
Game. Well,
Squid Game 2.
I saw the headline of the
squid-ing?
the old guy.
Oh yeah, he got like sexual assault charges.
You're like, what the heck is going on? But I mean, fortunately for the show, would be a little awkward if they needed to film him, but he got killed off in the show.
Oh wow, spoilers.
Well, you would have, he would have been gone from the next season anyway, regardless, I imagine.
Yeah.
You never know.
Given the circumstances.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be. I don't really care much about it. I don't care much about it.
Yeah.
You guys gotta watch Dune too. That's what you gotta watch.
Oh
I
yeah,
do.
you watched that, didn't you? How was
It's
it?
fucking amazing.
Better than one?
Better than one.
Really?
It's so fucking good.
I actually rewatched
Sheesh.
Dune 1 yesterday in preparation.
It's so
for
good.
Dune
It's
2.
so
Yeah,
good.
I need to go watch it this week.
Yeah. It's the complete story now, right? The first book's been adapted.
No.
What?
No.
No, it's the first. The first book is 3 parts
The first book's 3 parts.
because the first book is like 900 pages long.
Yeah, because the first book was like 3 other books that he combined into one. I feel like I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong, Don. I'm
Are
not
you
wrong.
sure?
I mean,
yes.
Can we fact
Oh
check
my
this?
God.
I mean,
You gotta act like I don't know who the prophet is.
If, for example, like if Dune 2 is the last, like it covers the last 2 parts of the first book, then they really would have to fucking rush this movie. I would be surprised.
Because what I thought was the first 2 Dunes was like, okay, that's the first book done.
Really?
No, because
Well, Connor, you've seen the movie, so
the third-
is
the
the
third-
story is the story over?
Actually, as somebody who's watched 19 hours of YouTube explain videos,
Yeah.
no, it's the part 3 is the prophet, or the, what is it called? The Messiah? One of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, it's like the first book is like 3 parts.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And they did 1 part each. Because then after that first book is when it gets weird.
Yeah. That's
Because-
when they start going to different planets and different
Planets, and then like
civilizations.
some of the books go like 2,000 years ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the worm comes into it. Don't worry about it. don't worry
I
about
thought
it.
the worm's already in it.
Oh no, different one.
Different
Oh.
one.
Different one.
Oh, okay.
Different one.
The books are so good, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well,
What do you mean, yeah? Like you fucking read it.
I listened to a guy explain it to me, and that's how I know.
That's just modern.
but then when they
So you
when
got
they
the
were,
cliff notes, basically.
when they were talking, I watched like a 4-hour video explaining all the books, and I was like, this sounds like it goes so hard.
It goes so hard.
Everything they were expling, they were like, you'd have to be out of your mind to come up with this.
Just the first 6
sounds like
Frank
you would
Herbert
like
books.
audiobooks, Connor.
Nah, it's too long.
I want someone to explain these.
But also,
books
like, I actually think
to
that
me.
like some audiobooks I think works because for me audiobooks are like while I want to do something else.
Yeah.
I feel that if I was to listen to all of like the Dune books or something like that, for example, I wouldn't actually like be paying full attention to it, and it would all be lost on me.
Because there's so much detail Frank Herbert writes into those books that like it's one of those books you really have to like pay attention.
I don't know,
when
maybe
reading.
it's like, but like, I don't know. I really get joy out of like watching people come up with their own theories and dissecting media as well.
Oh yeah, I
it's
do.
really fun.
I
don't
do
know. I
too,
really enjoy
but
it.
that's usually after I've read the material.
Yeah.
For myself.
I just realized that I always enjoy the dissecting more than I do the actual media. So then I actually like it when they explain the media and then dissect it.
So
okay.
I
Because I have just come to accept that I will not. There is just not enough hours in the human lifespan for me to be able to interact and consume all the things I want to consume.
Yeah.
So now I'm just this roving monstrosity of a man that is trying to optimize consumption.
that is the worst possible way to go about it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But
you
I
could've
really
used-
like it.
You could have used those 4 hours to actually read the book. You know.
Yeah, but I was doing other stuff too. So he was explaining to it, you know.
So you are like fully paying attention.
You are the problem with the modern world
No,
now.
because like I unfortunately
Just consume.
Yeah. But I do consume in the correct manner, I suppose, if you will. Says the fucking 4 times speed asshole over here, by the way. Like something like Dune. At least I don't think I'm ever going to read it, just because I don't really enjoy reading that much.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's a flaw that I have.
Yeah.
So be it. So I
that is very much you.
but I also want to be able to experience the story in some aspect.
Right.
So it's like, okay, cool. Like the movie's great. That's fantastic. But like I don't think, because the director said he's not gonna continue, or he doesn't want to do it after the next movie.
I mean,
Yeah, but if depending on how big these are, then
True.
someone's
Yeah.
going to pick it up.
But also, I've come to realize now, if the story's just so cool, I actually don't really mind if I get spoiled on things. Because just the presentation of just watching it in any kind of form is just amazing.
Well, when was the last time a story actually shocked you? Because I asked this because do you know a movie I watched for the first time like a month ago?
What?
Sixth Sense.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Classic. And
Wait, did you
didn't
know
know?
about the plot twist in Sixth Sense?
I knew about the plot twist,
But you never saw it in context.
Yeah, that's like a prime example where like the story wouldn't. You don't lose anything by knowing that, right? Like,
I mean, I feel like for its time, the big plot twist of The Sixth Sense was like so revolutionary and out of left field. But I told this to Sydney because she wanted me to watch it for the longest time. I feel like I would have guessed that plot twist a long time ago if I even if I didn't know it, because that
Really?
because of the sixth. Okay, here's like the dilemma, right? Because of The Sixth Sense, right? That kind of plot twist has become way more popularized because of The Sixth Sense.
Yes.
So this whole plot twist about someone you think is alive but is actually dead the entire time it's like I can think
I
of.
mean, it's been overdone to shit.
Now it's become overdone.
Yeah.
And because The Sixth Sense kind of like started this trend, I feel like even if I didn't know what the plot of The Sixth Sense was, I feel like I would have guessed it beforehand.
Right.
Because you look for the tells now, and it's so obvious, right? Because
because you have to show the audience that there's a twist somewhere.
yeah.
Because otherwise, it's like cheap. You're like,
Yeah.
you didn't. There's no way anyone could have known that, or like you're
Like
trying to rug pull.
The hard thing is, as you watch more movies and consume more media, it becomes harder to do a plot twist just because, sometimes when this kind of plot twist has been done before, it's hard to replicate that exact same thing because some piece of media has already done it before. And so it's kind of in the collective consciousness. Like, for example, if Attack on Titan went the Code Geass route, with what the final plan was meant to be, none of us would have been surprised because Code Geass already exists, right?
Right.
If you kind of get what I mean.
But that's because I think we would feel that way because we have already watched and experienced Code Geass, and it was such a pivotal part of our anime watching life.
Yeah.
Whereas there would be a lot of people, especially in the generation below us, rather, or newer kids, who maybe weren't around when Code Geass was around, and probably would be like, would have that visceral reaction in the same way we had for Code Geass.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's kind of like why I asked, when was the last time do you think you were like properly shocked?
I think for me, the one that
from a plot
immediately
twist.
comes to mind was Shutter Island.
That was like 10 years ago, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm
exactly.
saying.
Yeah,
That was probably the last time I watched a movie, and when the plot twist was revealed, I was like, first of all, didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Second of all, I was like, oh, this actually makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because then when I went to go rewatch that movie after knowing the plot twist, I was like, oh my God, it was right fucking there.
Yeah.
And I never saw it.
Yeah.
But since then, not really.
Yeah, for me the
Nothing.
last time I remember a plot twist properly shocking me was probably Your Name. Your Name.
What was the plot twist in Your Name? Was there a plot twist?
Yeah, there was a plot twist.
I mean,
like halfway through.
I didn't.
Halfway through.
I didn't feel the plot twist.
You didn't feel the plot
Yeah,
twist?
I was like, oh, okay, we're going in this direction now.
Oh, okay. Well, I
It's
guess
different media impacts people
Because
very
there
differently.
wasn't like so much of a reveal as there was kind of just like it wasn't like this is what's happening. Boom! You didn't see this coming. It was more like
the fuck? Yes, that was. Are you fucking shitting me?
I mean, I kind of saw it coming.
You saw it coming.
I kind of saw it coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not see it coming.
Okay.
So okay. So
So it's a plot twist for you.
yeah, that's the point. It was a plot twist for me where I thought I came into Your Name thinking, oh, this is good. This is fucking Shinkai. It's gonna be like some romance,
Right.
nice feely romance shit.
Sure.
Which it turns out to be in the end. But what I wasn't expecting was the plot twist where I'm going to just spell it out now for skip like 5 minutes ahead. When it's revealed that she is already dead.
Yeah.
And it's like their times aren't synced together.
Yeah.
Right? So that was the plot twist. Which is a plot twist, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why am I convincing you that this is a plot twist?
Different plot twists affect people very differently. Depends on like what
I kind of got the
preconceptions you have.
context clues though from the first half. Like when
Really?
because when you look at all the scenes with Mitsuha, there are just a lot of context clues that suggest that, oh, this is not the modern time. So when
Really?
at least that's how I felt about it. So
Right.
when they reveal being like, this is like fucking 50 or 100 years ago. I forgot what the
No,
time.
no, it was only 3 years. It was like
Was it 3 years?
Yeah, it was only like 3 years. So it wasn't like that big of a desync.
Shit, maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
It wasn't that big of a desync, but enough that it was like, oh shit, okay, I didn't actually see this, you know, this desync.
Okay.
Because when he was like searching for her, it was like, oh, okay, she doesn't exist anymore because the comet had already crashed down.
Yeah, yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
holy shit, I did not see that coming. Okay, I'm invested.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think you were right. Dune 1 and 2 is from the book.
Okay.
First book. And then I
Okay.
think Dune 3 will be Dune Messiah, which I think is the second book.
Okay.
Very confusing.
I thought so. Well, 14,
You're right, Garn.
14
You're right.
hours,
I'm bad.
14 hours of lore videos. all
was
get,
lis-
all
I
get
was
jumbled up into
listening.
one.
They do get jumbled up into one. I thought it because it was how
That's
it released.
14 hours you're going to spend reading the book, you know?
I thought it was because it released initially. It was like 3 parts were released, and then they did one big release with like I don't know, fucking bullshit.
Well, I just thought they would follow the formula from the first movie because the first movie covers the first part of 3 in the first book.
Yeah, there's 3 parts.
It is a 3 parts in the
Am I
first book.
fucking dumb? I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
confused. Either way, I clearly don't know enough about Dune.
Okay.
Point being, fucking amazing movie. Go watch it.
Okay, I mean, I was going to.
Yeah,
Good.
we were
And then
going
watch
to.
it again.
Just haven't had the time.
Yeah. But what else you guys been up to? Anything else?
I mean, if we're talking topical, then
Yeah, why
I
not?
feel like we need to bring this up about TikTok potentially getting banned in the States. You hear about that shit?
Yeah, I heard about it.
What do you guys think about that?
I don't think anyone wants to hear our opinions on geopolitics, Joey.
I mean, it's. Do you think it's going to go ahead? They've been trying to do this for like a long time.
Honestly, man, there's a part of me that's like,
I prefer my spyware American. Thank you very much.
yeah, it's kind of 50-50 because it's like, it is true that, you know, the American government moving this fast and all agreeing on something this quickly is like pretty unprecedented.
Yeah.
Of being like, oh, we got all these issues in the country, but banning TikTok, top priority. Right?
Yeah.
That's a little bit strange to me, but also I feel like the damage is whatever damage that America thinks that they've gotten is like has already been done. It's like kind of a little too late, if you ask me.
In what sense?
In the sense of like, you know, the whole like data, you know, collecting thing, and it's like, you know, people complaining, being like, people rather like praising it, being like, oh yes, I'm totally advocating for the blockage of TikTok in America because it's ruining an entire generation of content, and like kids' attention spans have like gone down because of it, blah blah blah. It's all this pedantic shit, and I'm like, I don't know, man. If you ban TikTok now, it's not like it's gonna fucking go back to what it was overnight.
But there's going to be another platform, you know.
And there's always going to be another platform.
Unfortunately,
they just want to make that platform American.
Yeah.
Like Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts are just going to replace it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in like a weird. I think all of us are in kind of an interesting spot because like we are not American. All of the social media platforms that we use are American.
Yeah.
And we're watching 2 giant superpowers that aren't from any of our countries that we have any interaction with, like battle it out. Like in the EU, in the Europe and UK and Australia, we just had to accept that America just always had the power.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, we don't really get to choose what platform we're using.
We're kind of just warming the benches. you
Yeah,
know?
we just kind of have to go with whatever America says. We're like, okay, cool.
We'll jump into the field when the coach tells us.
Yeah. And like it's an interesting thing because it's I struggle to kind of like articulate and to kind of like break down how to feel about it all really.
I mean, I'll take this vying of like this battle between superpowers over what happened in like our fucking parents' generation, where they're like, "Oh, are we gonna start a nuclear war tomorrow?" You know, what's happening with that? You know,
The end of the world literally rests in our hands.
No, that's not what I'm saying. We have that too. All right, okay.
I mean,
we still have. But it's not okay. It's not
a double whammy. All right.
it's not as much of a worry as it was.
Yeah, but this is just how modern like diplomacy and wars are done on the internet. This is how it is. It's all sanctions and yada yada yada. and all that kind of stuff. It's just moved. It's the same thing, but different skin.
Different skin. Back then, it was like, oh, how many nuclear fucking warheads do you have? And now it's like going on Twitter, seeing like
How many followers do you have?
and seeing every response being pussy in bio.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just like
Yeah. One thing that
different war tactics,
the thing that always
right?
makes me
Me or
laugh.
the PS5?
The thing that I always
PS5, please.
found funny is that TikTok that they're trying to ban, that's banned in China. The TikTok that the America wants to ban is the one that's
TikTok-
banned in China.
Yeah, China
I don't know,
TikTok.
I always found that funny. 'cause
China
I'm like,
TikTok is completely different.
they have like two different. So they have obviously ByteDance's too, and it's just I just found it funny that they're trying to ban it, and it's like, well, this is also banned there. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is interesting to see how it plays out. I was really what I was impressed or kind of surprised by is that TikTok was like sent out the whole thing to all the American users, being like, call your Senate member
Yeah.
and tell them you don't want this to. I was like, whoa.
It's like, all right.
And then that made it even worse.
Yeah.
Because then they got pissed off. All the senators got pissed off. They were like, look what they're fucking doing.
Yeah.
They're like
They're brainwashing our children.
they just mobilized all of these young people against us. Now let's ban it even quicker. It was really impressive.
Yeah.
It was quite impressive.
Yeah.
It was quite and also terrifying. I don't really have.
I mean, we're not really heavy TikTok users.
No,
so.
I mean, for me, it's odd. So I find it strange on either side when they all get really up in arms about the other side. I think generally banning competition is bad, but also at the same time, they're convinced that there's some security issue there. How merited that is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know. We're fucking losers online. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting to see this play out.
We'll adapt. We always adapt online, people.
Yeah.
Everyone who's on the internet or uses it, we always find a way.
I mean, look what happened when Vine fell.
Yeah, dude,
You know,
that's-
we adapted.
Yeah.
So
Everyone moved to YouTube.
everyone moved to YouTube,
Everyone
man.
moved
You know?
to YouTube.
I think the only bad thing that's really like the really concerning part, people obviously have built businesses and built their livelihood
Yeah,
off of TikTok.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
like the small businesses are going to struggle, and obviously like millions of creators are gonna be out of a job.
Because it's also like it's really easy for us to be like, I don't have a big deal with it, and then we're like sitting on YouTube, and if the same thing happened to YouTube, we'd be like, what the fuck? We have to stop this.
I'm calling my congressman right now.
Yeah, but I also feel like we've been online enough where I'm like, I think we, I'd be able to figure something
Yeah,
out.
we'll figure it out.
Other nudes, and other news, she released a suit.
Oh, I saw that.
Finally, yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
cool, right? It's cool. Yeah, that was a project that I wanted to make for so long.
I
Yeah,
was
you've been
like,
talking about that for a while.
Yeah,
I saw those pics, and I'm like, I've taught him well.
yeah. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I've been wanting to do a suit for a while, even though I knew that no one would buy it because it's a fucking suit.
Yeah.
and it's like not YouTuber merch. Like how, like whenever you talk to any of these companies that are like professional YouTube merch making things, like you gotta make t-shirts and hoodies. They sell the most.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They do. And it's true, right? Because like everyone can get a t-shirt, everyone can get a hoodie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like people need those. But I really wanted to do a suit just for the sake of it, not because I thought I would make money or anything off it. But so we
Just
made
for the like of it.
Yeah.
made a suit collaboration with Glamb, and as
Oh
you can
fuck! I'm
see,
looking like a mob boss. Right?
yeah. I mean, like
I've seen
you know,
this
it's
picture everywhere.
and I'm not expecting to sell many. It's also like
looking
like
like a
$500.
one-piece admiral,
Yeah,
man.
it's like a
Okay, you're looking at.
bro, the suit is so good though. It's so fucking good. And, we got to add
turn
so
up
many
to
custom
Marineford
things.
and you're greeted by this, man.
Why am I getting mocked here, bro? What the heck? I'm trying to gush about my baby over here. I get your memes out. Go.
I'm done.
You done? You done?
I'm done.
Plenty more where that came from.
God damn it, boys. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks sick, man. Looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, it's true. It looks sick.
We were interrupting you. When
I'm trying to like be like, yeah, man. We just out there. And you're like, yeah, fucking One Piece looking ass.
I'm like top 10 characters that can beat Luffy. Just,
This man starts all with the pirates. What do you do? Anyway, go on.
I spilled my water all over myself.
Yeah, you were saying you made a suit.
Yeah, I mean, well, It was cool. we had the Glamb fashion designer TK who I'd met once before.
Okay.
Who obviously we like all his stuff.
Yeah, you met him on with Rin, right?
Yeah, he's super cool. He's like the funniest, chillest dude I've met in so long. And yeah, he's an interesting guy. I mean, he designed obviously all the Glamb stuff this too. These pants too.
Yeah.
I pretty much only wear his designs because he just makes fire. He just cooks. And
what did you say you wanted?
That's a great question. So we basically
A suit.
Yeah, I said I wanted a suit, but then I was like, okay, first I had to do it. Actually, you know, like the designing part is like, I mean, from my perspective, it's kind of just really fucking easy. I don't really do the hard part. TK does all the hard stuff. I just kind of go, I want this. It's like I'm like a Subway. I'm like, I love the 9 grain bread and cheese and the deli.
Extra onion.
And then he's like, all right, okay, hold up now. And then he closes it in one, and you're like, shit, okay, it'll fit. No, yeah. So
Fashion designers are crying.
I know. He just cooks. I didn't do anything. He just cooks.
Yeah.
But like, I love the like double breast style. And then we went there and I chose the material. He had this giant like flip book of suit material. And he was like, would you like this one? I was like, oh, I felt like the same as the last one. And he's like, what about this one? I was like, that also feels the same as the last one. He's like, no, it's really different. I was like, oh, okay. So we managed to narrow it down to one, and then we like chose the buttons as well, which is a whole thing. There's like a giant like 3-page book of buttons, and it's like you touch them all, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I had to add in some little nods. We added some little Trash Taste purple stuff in there too.
Hey, nice.
Some nice little stitching.
Nice.
But it came out really well. And then he added shoulder padding to make me look like a Giga Chat. Even though I'm not. So yeah, it came out really well. It was really fun, and then we got to film it. And then he came up with these monkey shoes, which are interesting, I will say. Do you want to show them, Kai?
I don't think I saw the monkey shoes.
Oh, the monkey shoes are there. Look at these. Look at what he made. He was like,
that's actually pretty cool.
He was like, I want to make monkey shoes, and he showed me this, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, this is weird.
I don't know, man. That kind of goes hard.
And then he goes,
I
and I told him, I was like, I don't know if people are going to buy these, TK, because these are insane.
That's what we call a statement piece.
Yeah, and he goes, yeah, but it's cool though.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm sold. And that's the story I keep telling, because that's the kind of vibe going into the entire thing. I was like, I don't know about this, and he's like, that's cool. And I was like, okay, yeah, I feel confident. If you say it, I feel confident. We just go to the factory to film it. It's really cool watching them make it in the factory. Also terrifying how narrow and tight that factory was.
Really?
Because it was just in like Ueno or something.
Oh,
It was like
A factory in Ueno. Fuck.
yeah, it was like in like
Where?
it was like next to someone's house, and it was just like this intense machinery. It was all shoved into this tiny thing, and the ceiling was like this.
Like fucking TARDIS in there?
Dude,
Because I
it was-
can't imagine a factory fitting in Ueno.
It was crazy,
Tokyo.
man. It was crazy.
Can't imagine the noise complaints against.
Yeah, right?
It wasn't that outside. You wouldn't be able to tell.
Really?
But it was really cool, and it was really cool getting to do it and do photo shoots with them, and
Yeah.
just a cool fucking process.
Oh, yeah, man.
Very different from every other merch I've ever made ever,
Yeah.
and probably will ever make. I don't think I'll ever release.
You've reached that point of like YouTuber where you're just like, let's just do weird, wild shit.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was more of like documenting the process, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
getting an inside view into like how it would be in Japan to go about this. Less so about releasing like the coolest merch, but also it's really cool that we can release merch with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Double
so
whammy.
yeah, if you do want to get any of it, sorry to plug, you can. It's available until like the 1st.
So when are we getting ours?
Yeah, what do you want? What do you want? You want a
don't know.
suit? We can get you fit.
I do need another suit.
I could always do with the suit.
Yeah, because I only have the
nice.
JoJo suit right now. So
Yeah.
Well, we can get you guys hit.
Yeah,
We'll
get me
we'll
suit.
all have matching suits.
yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, if I ever
Next
get,
Trash Taste Awards,
if I
man.
ever
Next
get-
Trash
yeah,
Taste
true,
Awards.
true.
Yeah, we should do
if I ever get married, it'll make it real easy to get the groomsmen their suits.
It's like I got the suit.
Guys, I know the perfect suit.
Let me just ring up my man TK real quick. Get us 20 suits.
We'll have to get you guys some.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. We can actually do
yeah.
it. So
Happy for you.
Fuck
it'll
yeah.
be fun. I gotta decide how many of the stuffs I want before the pre-orders, because I need to get them. I only have one of everything so far. So it's cool. But yeah, no, that was really fun. And then obviously got doing the cycling again in like 2 weeks or a week from today. I'm
Not joining Joey?
No,
Yeah, Joey, why are you coming on the bike?
because I have like a bunch of friends visiting from overseas. So.
You know what your other bunch of friends are doing? Cycling. Get on the bike, Joey. Come on. Get in the Ava. Get on the bike. Get on the bike, Joey.
I get it, Joe. Because when Connor asked me, I just had like flashbacks of like the Shimonami Kaido.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I can't do it again, not again.
Yeah, that's
but then I also really want to get in shape as well. So it was just a.
that's a no from me, dog.
So I've somehow convinced Gant to get on the bike for 2 days in a row.
Do you know what I'm most scared
fun.
of?
Well, what, falling?
No. How my ass is going to feel like the day after. That's not even like how tired I'm going to be in my legs. I just remember how much my ass hurts.
Yeah, but to be
after.
fair, with the Shimonami Kaido, with the cycling special, those bikes we had were shit.
Yeah,
Those were shittier bikes.
that's true.
So I don't think you'll have as bad of a time with
The
this one.
Shimonami Kaido also is way nicer bikes now, by the way.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're way nicer.
Of course.
They're like much better.
Of course, it's
cycling bikes.
after
Yeah.
we're done. It's like
We
when
made them. We
Yeah.
taught them everything they know. we made the Shimonami. Okay.
that always happens. It's like when, the moment you graduate high school
Yeah.
and then suddenly they build 3 new buildings.
Oh, there's also like
It's always happened.
there's also like 8 or 9 new like cafes along the route
fuck?
that are really
What?
nice. Yeah,
It was like one when we were
there's
Do
yeah.
you know why? We injected something into the local economy.
Couldn't possibly have been the pandemic.
We were
no.
It's like it's like Taylor Swift turning up to a city. It's basically
we
the same
move
thing.
economies.
Except it shrank. They everything, all the businesses shut after we went there.
Everyone watched our special and was like, that looks like a terrible time. I'm never going there.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I can't wait to see you on the bike again, man. I'm so excited.
I can't believe you're doing it for 2 weeks this time.
2 weeks is ridiculous.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm also, it's just nice though, because I don't have to like reply to anyone for like 2 weeks. You just ignore the world.
I do miss that.
It's so nice.
I do. I've been trying to go on social media less recently, and it's less of a want now and more of just like a realization, especially like Twitter, how fucking depressing it is. It used to be like Twitter to me used to be
fun.
used to be like 60% shit, and you have that like 40% of fun, and now I think it's like
95%.
yeah,
90.
90 shit and anger and people complaining, and 10% fun,
If that.
Yeah,
I feel...
if that's...
I don't know, man. Like, that whole like dead internet theory. Like, every time I look at Twitter nowadays, that theory just keeps getting more and more plausible to me.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it could be anything. Like any tweet, you'll look at it and then be like, oh, I want to see what the replies to this are. And it's always some account posting a video that has nothing to do with anything of that tweet, or it's pussy in bio. Like go to my account post. And it's just like, bro, what? I used to have fun looking at like Twitter replies and like Twitter retweets, and now it's just like it's a fucking barren wasteland to go through now. It's
Yeah.
like it's so hard to find anything actually like fun. That's why like the majority of my memes that I find now are on Instagram,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
because it's so much easier to find memes there now.
Joey has one need.
You're
Where do
looking
I
for
find
memes.
I just need some good memes that I can send to friends, and Instagram is great because I can directly DM them to my friends. So much easier.
So while we're cycling, you'll be like scrolling Instagram looking for memes.
Yeah, I'll be sending. I'll send you guys memes in real time that you can check. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
No, but legitimately, I can't join because I actually do have like a bunch of friends from Australia visiting, so I have to take care of them.
Fun.
Yeah,
Fun.
it's
Your ass is gonna hurt.
Yeah, you're also
My
gonna. hurt.
ass
Day
gonna
2 is
hurt.
the hardest day too, I think.
Oh, is it?
I think sorry, not because Grant's in for 2 days,
Yeah.
and I think the second day of the cycling, if like it doesn't matter which like day of the week or anything. I mean, like the second day of doing like an extended cycle is always the worst.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like your ass. Remember how sore your ass was after we finished the Shimonami?
yeah. And then you
Imagine
wake
getting
up.
back on the bike. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wake-
no.
Yeah, it's there. That's why
Yeah.
day 2 is the hardest.
I remember I literally couldn't walk the day after the shoot when I last did it. So yeah,
Are you training for it this time?
yeah.
You are?
I
Okay.
actually
Yeah,
am.
yeah.
Well, because like your legs get really stiff.
Yeah.
The second day, and then your ass hurts. But then, like an hour into cycling, it kind of all loosens up. So you'll be all right.
I don't believe that for a second.
It does genuinely. But
Oh fuck! You just watched too much JoJo. It's like all natural to him at this point.
it's like yeah, but like by the end of the like after a week, my legs just get used to it. I think your body just adapts. It's like, yeah, I guess we're just doing this now. But my ass never stops hurting actually.
So everything adapts, but your ass.
I just think I just have too much going on.
Just
there.
needs to do more squats.
Too much weight.
Bro, you have way more padding down there than I do, man.
Yeah, I do.
Like, it's
I
a
do.
fucking... I'm going to be like all bone down there. It's going to be like fucking...
Maybe that's why I told you to buy the cycling pants. The
Yeah.
ones with like nice little.
Next time he wears jeans, they're just gonna slip off. There's nothing on to hold.
It should be fun though. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Gaunt back on the bike again.
Yeah.
You can't be worse than Chris. Because Chris isn't
Oh, I
trained at
can't
all. Chris isn't trained at all.
Yeah, but he fucking did, he did like chess boxing. He's done like the, what was it?
Yeah, and then look what happened to
Iron
him the
Man
moment
thing.
he came back from that.
Yeah, but Chris is goal oriented. When the goal's not there, Chris can't train.
Yeah.
So he told me like we're like 2 weeks out and he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to start training now. I was like, dude, we're cycling for 2 weeks and it's in 2 weeks. You should have been started like a month ago.
He's definitely the dude that does his homework the day before.
He always manages though. He always does
Yeah.
it. And he, some days he's better than, I think that we alternate who's better. Like some days he just crushes me. Some days I'm like, where's Chris?
Yeah.
But, it's just different days. Some days you just turn up and you're like, my body's fucking ready.
Yeah, I just want to survive. That's
Oh, yeah, you will
that's
easily.
That's,
You will
that's
easily.
my point. That's all I want. Because if I went into it the same way I did the special, then I would not survive second day. Because
Yeah. That would be horrible.
That was a horrible.
Yeah, because
day
we're
to-
cycling more distance than that, I think.
Yeah,
Than the-
exactly.
And we didn't even do the whole shoot.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, so I actually did it. And the part we skipped, it wasn't even that bad because we were coming. So the cycling special, technically the Shin Namikaido starts in one town and ends in another town. But we ended it once we crossed the giant bridge.
Yeah.
But basically after that giant bridge is like a really long downhill period to the town
All right.
that we
Missed
could
the
have.
downhill period.
Yeah. Because I went the other way
Right.
from our Shin Namikaido, did the opposite way.
Yeah.
And I went up that giant hill and it was fucked. It was so long.
Damn. I thought we got to the end of that.
We didn't.
Well,
We didn't do it.
Well,
for people asking, no, we will not be doing it again.
So we ended
in Ehime.
we ended at the bottom.
Yeah,
so if
go
you
down. So go down to Ehime.
yeah, we
So
ran out
we
of sunlight.
just
remember?
crossed that bridge, right?
Yeah.
So we crossed that bridge and the sunlight had already all gone. Sunlight
Yeah.
completely set. But it actually starts in Imabari, like right in the middle of Imabari.
Oh.
Oh shit.
So you normally cycle along Imabari and then up a giant hill. So yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
But I'm so sad it's like not on the way because I'd love to do the Shin Namikaido again, but it would be such a detour and I'd have to add on like another day, and that's like it's not really.
You could have done it. You could have
No,
done
I
it,
couldn't
Connor.
have done
You
it.
could have done it.
No, I
Connor.
couldn't have
You
done
could have done it. You know.
You're already fucking doing it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, well,
What's the
next
extra
day?
day?
but the cool thing is we get to stop along all the like really fun cities. We go like Osaka,
Right.
Nara. It's gonna
Yeah.
be tight. It's gonna be tight. And
Yeah.
excited for it.
Not sure if I
Sounds
consider
good.
Nara fun, but
Get harassed by deers while
Yeah.
cycling. Osaka's gonna be fun.
outrun the deers.
Yeah.
That's how Connor's gonna get his motivation.
True.
He's gonna see
Yeah.
a deer, and he's gonna be like, "I gotta get
Record pace.
Yeah, I gotta
World
get out
record pace. So it
Yeah.
should be beautiful. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's just like you get.
I'm excited. I'm
you
excited.
get to see parts of Japan that you never would because you're normally just blasting through them. Like
Yeah.
we didn't see so many parts of Japan on our road trip because we just
Yeah.
drove on the highway, and the highway you don't get to see anything.
yeah,
That's true.
And cycling, you get to see so much because you can't use the highways. You have to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
through
yeah.
the towns and the
Yeah.
local roads. It's really nice. It's just cool.
yeah.
Fun. And I get to eat so much food. I get to eat so much.
That's the real reason, Connor.
Yeah.
That
doing
is
it.
because like I need like 5,000 calories a day. It's just fantastic. It's the best thing ever.
You need 5,000 calories a day.
Yeah, how it's like 8 hours of cycling.
Oh, okay. I thought that like was just your normal diet. I was like,
Oh, no.
that sounds like a
No,
lot.
4,000. 4,000. No. I think
This
it's like,
man's carb loading every day.
I mean, it depends because we did like I don't think we're doing less distance this time, but I think on the last one we had like 115 kilometer day, and that was like 6,000 calories.
Damn.
I don't even know how to eat 6,000 calories if beer's not involved. If beer's involved, it's kind of easy. Yeah, I can do that. I can
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
We do that anyway, just on a night out.
That's
right?
true, yeah. A night out, I think I do 6,000. But if beer's not involved, I have no idea how to eat that much. That's a lot. Maybe ice cream, milkshakes.
Milkshake?
Milkshakes are like a lot, right?
What is the most calorie filled food to like
gotta be a
weight
milkshake,
ratio?
right?
It's like you can have milkshakes, pizza, just like anything.
Is pizza really that calorific?
Yeah,
don't think so.
because what's the most amount of calories you can have for the least amount of food you can have?
pure lard.
That would be
Yeah.
that would be
Just
that would be the
pure
best
fat,
way.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I think just pure fat.
Just inject just inject it into your vein.
Yeah, just pure
Inject
fat.
olive oil.
Fats and oil.
Yeah, olive oil.
Yeah, you could just straight up drink olive oil.
Holy shit.
Some people do.
15 milliliters is 120 calories.
Fuck, I use so much olive oil in my food, man. Yo, I love that shit.
Holy fuck.
Nuts, yeah, nuts. I fucking love nuts though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I love nuts. Love nuts.
Yeah.
Oh man, at Lawson's, the fancy Lawson's. They sell the like natural selection of snacks. Have you seen them?
Oh, the
And they
yeah.
sell like mixed nuts glazed with maple, and it's so good. If you come to Japan, get it.
That's like
That's
a
so
4,000
many
calorie
calories,
bomb.
yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like 300 for the pack. It's chill.
Oh, fuck.
And it's nuts.
How do they do that?
I don't know. Actually, the ones that are in maple are less calorific than the ones that are normal somehow. I think they put salt because maybe the salt. No, salt doesn't have calories. Does it?
Is it not?
Does salt have calories?
I don't know.
Look
I
it
don't
up.
think so.
Look it up before we say something
Salt,
that's
I don't think
incorrect.
salt has calories, right? Yeah,
Zero.
salt
Yeah.
doesn't have calories.
Okay.
Zero
It's
calories.
just tasteful and can be bad for you in large amounts.
It's
Oh,
just-
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
it's pure sodium.
Well, so does everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Why is salt so?
Why is it so good?
Why is it goaded? Actually,
so
Why is
good?
what are you,
sodium.
like a 1200s peasant? Like,
Sodium.
so good.
It is.
Finally, some flavor.
I would invade countries for this shit, man. Imagine not having salt in your diet.
Oh my
It's
god.
so
Yeah.
good.
UK be
Yeah.
like,
UK's discovered one seasoning, and then we were like, we don't need anything else.
we figured
actually.
it out.
We figured it out.
This is the peak.
Yeah.
My mission next time is to get Joey to cycle now. I've decided. We gotta get Joey on the bike.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
how much you paying, bro?
How much I pay? Joey, it's for charity, Joey. It's for charity.
Yeah, I'll funnel it back into the charity.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
I just need something, under the table.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTubers that we've had to say goodbye to a lot of YouTubers recently.
What?
Well,
Where did this come from?
Wait, who?
retiring and just shit
Oh,
like
I
that.
thought you meant like dying.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was like,
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I was like, who are we saying goodbye to?
I guess that sounds bad after we talked about Toriyama.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm just talking about fucking retiring and shit.
Are you talking about like Matt Pat's last video and stuff?
Yeah, we got Matt Pat's last video and Rooster Teeth as well.
Oh, yeah.
Is no more.
You know what? I didn't really grow up watching Rooster Teeth stuff. Like
didn't?
as
Me neither,
not as
no.
much as other people.
Because they were like pre-YouTube, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously watched like Red vs. Blue and stuff, but like
Yeah.
other than that,
Achievement Hunters, I watched.
I never watched
Achievement
like
course you'd
that
watch
kind of
Achievement
stuff.
Hunters.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, fuck off.
The fucking goblin gamer brain that you have.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I'd known about Rooster Teeth for so long, and obviously I found out about them from Red vs. Blue because everyone was watching that when
Yeah,
it first
yeah.
came out. But after that, I don't think I really watched a lot of Rooster
I mean, I
Teeth
remember
stuff.
watching Red versus Blue back before YouTube was a thing.
Yeah,
I having
yeah.
to like download like MP4 files
Yeah, yeah.
on their website to watch episodes of Red versus Blue. And just like I guess them starting the whole machinima kind of like,
God.
having a big influence on just machinima craze in general.
Yeah.
God, do you guys miss the machinima era of YouTube at all? Not the company, not so much the company.
Okay, the company I
machinima.
don't. But
Yeah, not
like,
the company.
the content was cool.
Content was cool.
The content.
Yeah,
No, it's just, I mean, I think it was also a product of its era. You know?
Yeah,
I think it's-
definitely.
I don't think I would watch
yeah,
it now.
Definitely dated when you look back on it, but at the time it was fine. Yeah, it was
Why,
good. It was
why
good
did Rooster Teeth disband or
I
bankrupt?
think they got bought out like quite a while ago, and then their parent company just decided to discontinue a lot of their projects, except for like maybe the podcast. But that also means Ruby is no more as well, from what I understand.
Owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Oh wait, when was it bought out by Warner Brothers?
Quite a while ago,
Huh.
I feel like.
Oh.
But it's I mean, the company,
Damn, they were around for 21 years.
Sheesh.
which is
2003.
insane to think, which is like insane to think about.
2003, same year as Finding Nemo.
However, no
know why I
such.
remember
No, they weren't bought. They merged. How was it?
I feel I don't know what the entire lore history of Rooster Teeth is.
Yeah.
I had oh god, like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, I had like some meeting with some executive at Rooster Teeth or something,
Yeah.
for no real reason, really. It was just like some kind of meeting.
Yeah.
And I remember they were telling me about the stuff they were trying to produce or were thinking of producing, and it sounded very, very corporate. It was very different to what I thought Rooster Teeth was.
Yeah.
Because at the time when he was telling me about some of the shows they were working on, I was like, this is
I mean, I
interesting.
guess that's a product of, being born out
yeah,
by
yeah.
a big
Yeah.
company like Warner Brothers, right?
But I think it's hard, because in an age where we have so many kind of influencer, YouTuber-led companies that really kind of get the core of what it is to be a YouTuber now and be in that era, it's kind of hard for these companies that have been bought out by giant conglomerates to kind of really straddle the line between pleasing the higher ups of the company and also still remaining true to what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, something similar happened to like Smosh. Where
Or like Phase,
Phase. I wouldn't put them in the same bracket as a Smosh and a Rooster Teeth.
I wouldn't think you were a Phase viewer, Joey.
Well,
that
no.
doesn't really sound like you're.
Phase is what vapes are to cigars, Jerry.
Yeah. Well, no, but like Phase is like another example of like how their operations changed a lot.
I didn't even know what the fuck the Phase operation was.
Yeah.
I had no idea what their business
Well,
model was.
I've definitely saw a ton of articles being like the real Phase is coming back, and I'm like, I don't even know what the
I don't know what the real Phase is.
but I guess they're coming back. I don't know.
If I to this day, I've still not met a person who can explain to me what the fuck the Phase business model was or how it was supposed to make money. I didn't understand it.
I don't understand why.
I don't know.
Okay, have you? I've never met a single Phase fan
me neither.
before.
No.
Have you ever met a single Phase fan?
Well, I'm not friends with 12-year-olds, so
Yeah, I'm not friends with 12-year-olds.
it's kind of hard.
Well, like even
Last time I was
back,
friends
even
with
like back in the
12-year-olds,
day,
I was 12.
Was when I was
when we were, because that's when it came out, and it's so weird to me seeing like how much success they've had because, anecdotally, I've never seen anyone or interacted with anyone in this interest in the field at all, and it's not like I don't know gamers or I don't know anyone in that field.
Well, I think first I need to know what the fuck Phase even is.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know what a Phase clan. I didn't know what a
started
Phase
in
clan
We
was.
sound like
2010.
fucking boomers.
Yeah.
What is a Phase?
Like I know esports. Of course I know esports.
We started out as internet kids armed with cameras and a die-hard love for video games. We've turned our passions and struggles into a global creative engine that has been a part of defining gaming culture. Most importantly, we're a family. That makes... What are you, Vin Diesel? We're a family! We care about each other!
that last line.
But so many of these, these internet companies were just, they
Did they start as a content creator house?
I think it's like content.
How would you describe?
org.
Okay, let's say let's say in this hypothetical universe we decide to sell Trash Taste, or
Okay.
we have to do a company bio in Trash Taste. How would you describe the what's the company bio? of
Trash Taste is not just a podcast. It is a family of thoughts and friends and opinions who share a love for anime and gaming.
And then ended
most
with-
importantly, a love of our fans. Which there are millions.
and then at the end, we write poo poo pee pee stinky.
But like, in like mid 2014, 2015, which I think is around the time they sold a significant chunk, all of these companies, because there was so much venture capital want for these like online companies.
Yeah.
So all of them were just like, well, okay, well, these dudes are offering like tens of millions or in some cases hundreds of millions to buy out. Like, yeah, of course I'm going to say yeah. Like if I had a fucking Phase clan, some dude came to me and was like, yeah, I'll give you 50 million. I'm like, yeah. Fucking take Phase clan, take my wife, take my kids, take everything. I don't need it all. 50 million? All right, cool. We'll restart. We'll rebuild a civilization. I'm going to go to Arrakis and farm spice.
That was one hell of a monologue you just put on there.
That was a lot to like sink in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reading this history right now of Phase, and I'm just like, it just seems like they were a conglomerate that bought out a bunch of, like, it says there, like, they acquired G2, Counter-Strike Go, international lineup, and MLG stuff, and
Well, esports still isn't
Cloud9.
isn't making money, right? Or is that?
Yeah, so in like between 2015 and 2020, 2021, there's a huge investment in esports. People just thought that like esports and gaming was like was
The next big
it's like
thing.
Midas's touch. They just thought everything that it touched was gold and it was worth like as much money as you could throw into it. And so everything ballooned into like billions of dollars. And then afterwards, you know, as it always does with investment, it comes a point where
the
people are like, so when do we start making money? And
So like, yeah, about that.
yeah.
We can spend money.
Well, because it's like Amazon too. They're like, all right, you either have to acquire new users or start making money with Twitch. And they're like, all right, so now that they don't seem to be growing as much, how are you going to monetize this giant audience?
Yeah.
And then they're like, what do you mean?
like,
How was we supposed to do that?
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just again, just venture capitalists going crazy.
It does make me, because have you guys seen The Social Network?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the more that I've been in like the influencer industry, the more I kind of like appreciate. I can't remember all the names of the characters in that one, but you know, Mark Zuckerberg's friend who was like trying to ask a reasonable question of like, when do we monetize this platform? And then the answer he got was just, you know, it's not. It's like
not
we don't
about
know what
that.
the Facebook. It's not about the money. We don't know what Facebook is now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even cool. It's like if we monetize it, it's not cool.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, sure, that sounds like a cool line in the context of the movie, but I'm wondering how many other businesses have asked the same question and
Well,
just like
yeah.
never made money and just like, yeah, we're just gonna let's just you know what they
Let's
say.
see how it goes,
We're
you
gonna
know?
spend money to make
Dude,
money. We're
I
gonna.
mean, yeah, I mean, it's insane. Like that's like the new business model now is to just invest.
Yeah.
Don't make a profit. Just grow as a
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
There was a really funny thing that was like, type in British Zoom investment. There was a British company that raised like 300 million or something ridiculous to basically make Zoom but British. British Zoom.
What is British
Zoom?
It was like British.
Zoomies?
It was like British. What was it called? Fuck, I can't remember what the company's called. But basically, yeah, it was basically just Zoom that was British. And I guess somehow they'd raised like 300 million, and then the CEO or whatever just like liquidates like 100 million, and the company just goes bankrupt because it was a shit idea, and I don't know why anyone invested. But you know, it makes you realize how the hell are these companies raising this much money? and after like getting
Bank loans, maybe.
no, it's venture capitalists. They're crazy, man. They just gamble. They have no
when
idea.
you have that much money, you know, it's all just like gambling.
Just
at that
monopoly
point.
money at that point.
Yeah.
But you're like, what the fuck? Because I spoke to some people who do like the venture capitalism, and it just sounds like a weird world of like a very small group of people like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
It is the most expensive
Let's
game of darts
Yeah,
ever.
let's invest. because you know the business model is about like, let's invest in like 100 companies. 99 of them are gonna be like dog shit and don't do anything, and they're all weird and crazy.
Yeah.
They don't want to invest in boring stuff or safe options because you know they could invest in safer things that have a guaranteed return of like 2% or 5% or anything like that. They want stuff that like 1000x is their investment.
Yeah.
So it's like that you hear about these absolutely bizarre fucking investments. So you're like, why was $100 million given to this thing that was clearly never going to make money? And it's like, because if it did, it would have been such a huge success that investors would have gotten excited, because investors don't want boring things, which is so weird. Because it's like, when did we start going into this backwards ass kind of world, or we wanted stuff that was so dumb and so out there that's what it required for us to want.
Well,
like,
it's how you get projects like whatever the fuck Elon Musk pitched to like revolutionize transport. Do you remember like the Boring Company?
Oh, what a fucking joke that is!
That was a joke.
That was like an idea that was born out of, hey, let's do something exciting and new and
I had the pleasure of going on the Hyperloop.
Oh really?
In Vegas, I went on it.
How was it?
Yeah, it was shit. Because
what is it? What is it like turned into now?
It's a bunch of Teslas that drive through a very small underground tunnel.
Cool.
So like, basically, you'd pay like $5 for the day to use it.
Yeah.
And after TwitchCon, to go to our hotel, you get the Hyperloop. But there was always a huge line because you could only fit like however many people can fit in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's right outside of the convention center. And in my head, I was like, man, a bus would have really solved all of this solution.
Yeah.
But better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a tram, or a train.
or a subway, which
Yeah.
is
subway.
Yeah.
Literally any other choice other than putting more cars on the road. And so you had to,
As if there aren't enough cars
Yeah.
on the
you
street.
know, and then I had a bunch of like luggage too, and that was really fucking annoying because we're
Yeah.
getting Teslas aren't big,
Yeah.
and then it's really narrow. And I asked the guy in the car driving it, I was like, "Hey, do you like driving in this tunnel all day? You just drive in this tunnel, going around in a circle all day?" He was like, "Yep." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "No traffic." And I was like, "That's wild."
Yeah.
That's copium.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, damn, that's the most American thing you could have said.
Yeah.
It was just shit, and what a waste of money, and what a fucking fuss he made about it.
Yeah.
What a dumb
Yeah.
idea. What a fucking shit
Talking about,
idea.
we had an episode where we were like, oh, are we wasting money doing stuff in space? Well, I would much rather waste money doing stuff in space. Well, not waste money. I would much rather invest money in space exploration than
Yeah.
building whatever
Shit
the
tunnels.
Yeah.
We're already wasting money on Earth.
every like everyone who builds tunnels. I remember there was like so many engineers that were being like, "This is fucking dumb and it's not going to work." And there's
Yeah.
so many reasons why. And then when he announced like, "Yeah, we're going to build a hole," and then he announced the size of it because it's tiny. When you go in this hole, it is a tiny tunnel. It's very claustrophobic when you
Yeah.
get in there.
Right.
Everyone was like, "What a shit, useless tunnel!" Like it's like anyone could build a tunnel that size, but no one does because it's fucking useless.
Yeah. Well, have you heard about like some of these mega projects that, these countries in the Middle East have like pitched? Like this,
What is it? The line or
The
something?
line,
The
yes.
line.
The city,
Can you
the
show
city
it?
that is just a line.
Can you show this?
If
city
they
as a
manage to
line?
pull that shit off, oh my god! Like the world of Wall-E is like coming to reality.
And I'm like, are we just trying to solve issues that don't exist now? Are we regressing in humanity?
Look
Because
at
I think
this
city
thing.
designs,
a revolution in
I-
urban living.
I think city designs have been pretty good for the most part.
Yeah.
We figured out what makes a good city and what makes a bad city.
170 kilometers long, preserving 95% of the nature,
It's so dumb.
with a population of 260,000 per square kilometer.
Forgive my ignorance. Is there a lot of nature in the desert?
No,
Probably. I don't know.
I mean, some parts.
It's
maybe.
an ecosystem.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
But this thing just looks insane.
look at this
Think of the
shit.
sandworms, man.
Look at this shit. Oh,
Yes, that's
God.
insane, and they're pouring in like ungodly amounts of money.
To
into this.
me, feels like a shit idea.
yeah,
Feels like
What if? Okay, hear me out, right?
cool in theory,
What
maybe
if like
not so cool in reality.
What if like the subway breaks down? Because presumably there's just one or two subways that go back and forth.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
There's
what
no
the-
other way around. In cities, you can just detour.
I don't know. I don't know the details of this, so maybe they figured that out. I don't know, but
my thing is
they're putting 800
What if there's a
billion.
fire?
They're putting 800 billion pounds into this.
What if there's a fire on one block? Can you just
What if-
not go past that block?
Yeah, how is this going to be like a dystopian thing where the people underground just don't get sunlight and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
No, you know,
form like
this
a
is-
new species of human?
This is literally the world of like the Fifth Element.
yeah,
You know,
where they're like
with
they're like the subterranean humans that don't get any sunlight.
I would say it's complete bullshit and it's never going to happen if they didn't already start constructing it. They
Have they already started constructing
yeah,
it?
can
No
you show the
way.
construction progress? They're just like making the line. They
started quite a while ago, right?
They're just like moving soil
Yeah,
around.
but it's like in Dubai, didn't they try making like these
Look at
islands?
this.
Yeah.
Look at this. See what they've done so far. They've just made it like a neat sand castle. Incredible progress. One of those things. Look at unbelievable progress. Look at click on the unbelievable progress.
Mind-blowing progress.
Mind blowing. Yes, we've moved some fucking sand around.
Yeah.
Unfucking believable progress. That's like me when I'm cleaning my room and I move the clothes from one floor to the other part of the floor. Unbelievable progress. I'm not impressed.
Yeah, I mean,
What a
didn't
shit
they do
idea.
the same mega project in Dubai? I believe it is,
Yeah.
where they tried making a bunch of islands shaped
And I
around
thought it
like
was
the
a fucking
world.
disaster.
Oh yeah, and they lost
Wait,
so
can
much
you
money
search
on
up like the world
Oh,
Dubai?
it's so shit.
Yeah.
It's so shit. I love it. What a hubris.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a bad idea this is.
What a hubris of me. Because they also like built it, like if you look at it on the map,
Yeah.
a shit idea. Because even the, I think the
Yeah, that's what it was meant to look like. It doesn't look like that. Can the world Dubai? Yeah, map now. So
It's also like it was like near nothing in Dubai. It's so far away from anything in Dubai.
Yeah.
So like when they were pitching it, it made like no fucking sense.
yeah, that's what it was like pitched to look like. But I know it just it looks.
What does it look like now?
I remember like from what it looks like, it just stopped development like halfway through, and one of the islands worked, and it did not look like the world or the globe
didn't
at
turn out.
all.
It's like post-apocalyptic world.
It kind of is. Like the more time goes on, the more you're like, it's looking more. Everything's looking more dystopian.
You know,
and
yeah.
I'm a bit comfortable.
like
What's crazy is that like you can even see in that picture, right, where they've built those two giant structures. Because I think even that one, you see, there's the
palm?
yeah, I think one of the palms also was a failure.
Yeah,
They built it, but they couldn't sell any of it because it was. Yeah, I think that palm is really far out. You can see it's quite far away from all the city.
This is the kind of shit like anthropologists like 5,000 years from now are gonna uncover and being like, what does it all mean?
But like you can even see in that picture, you're like, why didn't we just build more in the part where we didn't have buildings?
Yeah.
Like why are we trying to reclaim the ocean? Like just build more.
because it's not
in the-
exciting unless we do some
Yeah.
weird shit like that, you know, which is, I guess, part of the culture I've realized about venture capitalists and a lot of new big exciting projects is that a lot of these solutions for a lot of these new companies are solving things that we've solved a long time ago, like with the subway, like with public transport.
But it's about innovation.
But
It's about the next
It's not
step.
sexy. Subway
Yes,
isn't sexy, Jan.
Subway isn't sexy. Building a new city like the way we already have, that isn't sexy.
No.
You know, we did that fucking ages ago.
Yeah.
You know, we want bigger skyscrapers. We want better buildings.
We want something new
Yeah.
and shiny.
yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, in the UK, we're like, can we build a train? No. How much is it going to cost? 15 billion.
Yeah.
Is it going to be what we promised? No. Okay. Thanks, UK.
Can
Really
I
good.
add one extra floor on my building? No,
No.
too high. Actually, too high.
Yeah, UK is had their own disastrous construction project. They just tried to build a train. They couldn't even fucking do that. What a fucking mess. What a shit show.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a nice balance somewhere where in
Yeah.
the UK we can get maybe we can get faster trains one day. It feels weird that UK is feels weird that the UK is smaller than a lot of United States in the States.
Yeah.
And it takes like 10 times the amount of time to like get from one side of the country to the other. Because Jesus Christ, the transport in the UK is so fucking slow.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Australian here can absolutely agree. The public transport is just dog.
Well, you guys just fly everywhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can afford it.
Australia's so big, though.
Yeah, if not,
So
then you have to
big.
drive for like at least a day to get to the next city.
Sydney has a subway? No, does it not?
It's absolute dog shit, though.
Oh, really?
Wait, does it not?
Yeah, no, it does. We have a train system, but it is
bad?
not good at all.
You
Like
don't
it
use
is. No, hell no. I mean, the trains don't. The closest train station to my house is like a 30-minute drive away.
Is it mainly just
okay.
buses and stuff? that
It's
you get
mostly
around?
buses, but the
Yeah.
buses are also dog shit too.
Buses are always dog shit, but they're are normally the best solution. to a
Buses
lot
in
of problems.
Japan are actually not bad.
Yeah, I don't mind buses. in
Yeah, the
Japan,
buses
for
here
sure.
actually like arrive on time unless there's like massive traffic. But even then, they somehow manage to get to and fro on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Australia, like, you know, my bus that went to high school like took maybe like it was one every like 30 minutes, and then sometimes if the bus was just like too full or if the bus driver was late, he just like didn't stop. Like I would flag it down, and the bus driver just keep driving.
Mike did that too.
Yeah.
And I was so annoyed when it happened because I was
Yeah.
like, bro, now I have to walk,
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is bullshit.
and everyone's gonna punish me for being late.
Exactly.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Bastards.
I mean, in the UK, I remember when the Elizabeth line opened up, and that, like, Londoners acted like, you know, they just released the Bible too or some shit like that. Like,
Oh yeah, that required like the entire financial might of London and the UK for that to even to build one fucking train station. It was like a nightmare.
Jesus Christ.
So we have it pretty good in Japan. You know, we
Yeah.
Yeah, Japan's great. Like transport that works because it's what people want.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like I feel Japan is one of the at least a few countries that I am aware of that has made new like lines and stuff, like completely new lines and new routes in trains with little to no complications.
Yeah.
And they've just tried, like, you know, when they built that tunnel that connected Aomori to Hokkaido, like that was like a massive, like one of the biggest projects in Japan up until that point. And they pulled it off, and a lot of people use it.
That they just dug a giant tunnel
Yeah.
under the ocean that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, on the other side of that, though, Japan also does build, because they often have a lot of the budget for infrastructure. You'll be in some places, and they're building like a highway. And you're like, why are you building a highway here? Like you'll be driving, and there'll be a road, and they'll be building a tunnel next to the road that you're already driving on that saves like a minute.
Yeah.
And you're like, why are you building a
Not to mention,
tunnel?
this is like a road that has maybe like
in the middle of nowhere.
4 cars at
Yeah,
most.
it's really bizarre seeing the insane amount of infrastructure that Japan builds in areas that don't really need it or already have a good solution, but they have to use the budget.
Yeah.
But they're also expanding the Shinkansen in Hokkaido too. It's going to not Sapporo. It's going to another town in between Sapporo.
Yeah, it's going to what was it? It's not Otaru. It's like around there though.
It will be cool when it's done though, because you can get because right now if you want to get the Shinkansen to Sapporo, you have to get the 4-hour Shinkansen to Hakodate and then change to a normal train.
A normal train which takes like 5 hours.
It's not that bad. I think it's like
I mean, the drive is like 5 hours.
The drive is long.
Yeah.
It gets like an hour and a half, the train.
Opens in 2030.
2030.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah. No, it's Hakodate to Sapporo.
Is it? I thought they were stopping somewhere else as well on the way.
Oh, there might be a couple of stops on the way.
Hokuto station commenced.
No, Hakodate Hokuto is the last stop on the Shinkansen. Yeah.
Has anything really cool been built in our lifetime? I'm trying to think.
Well, in terms of buildings?
Yeah, just in terms of like landmarks or buildings or like cool shit that because I don't know if I'm biased, but you know when something
Hadron Collider.
Skytree.
That Large Hadron Collider is pretty fucking epic.
that is pretty epic.
Literally digging through different countries to build a giant fucking ring
smash some
tunnel.
atoms together.
I think it's fucking badass.
Because I think
we pulled that off.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool when a mega project actually gets done, because I think I've lived through more like
mega failures.
like mega projects.
Mega
They get
fails.
pitched and then they just fucking fail, or they get like, or the final vision is like the final project is like 10% of what the vision actually was.
I think the one that I recently saw was that I think they're building this in Japan. It's the Kamio Kante, which is the massive water tank that's used to like detect neutrinos. I think that, and it's going to be like the largest body of water structure ever created.
It's like near Fuji, right?
I think it's near Fuji.
It's like around like in the Hakuba Mountains, like, or is it?
Yeah, Kamio Kante. Yeah, that's it.
This thing's awesome.
Yeah, the
so
super
this apparently,
Kamio Kante. Yeah,
this water is apparently so clear, right? That when divers go in the tank, they get like they feel scared of heights. Some of them report
really?
because the water is so clear to the bottom.
Yeah.
That it doesn't look like water.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And all that is basically just a massive detector for neutrinos.
And they've already built 2, right?
Yeah, they have the Kamio Kande, the Super Kamio Kande, and then
it's
I think
already
the
huge.
new one is the Mega Kamio Kande.
So basically, all I'm learning is that if you want some cool shit to get done, just ask the scientists.
Yeah, pretty much.
Scientists are good at like looking to the future.
Yeah.
You know?
Scientists are like, listen, we need a massive body of water.
Yeah, listen, we need to just build a massive tunnel just so we can smash some particles together.
Yeah.
How metal is that? Could we start a black hole? Well, there's a
Possibly.
there's a possible chance, but it is minute. About as much of a chance as setting the atmosphere on fire when they first invented the nuclear bomb.
It's cool.
It's
This is
fine.
a
Don't worry about
project. I mean, this is like when being a human's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, let's pile
We
all of our
fucking-
resources and efforts together to make something just fucking insane.
Yeah.
I mean, like recently when they made the James Webb Telescope as
Yeah,
well,
that
like
thing's
that
awesome.
thing was fucking insane.
That was insane. And
So
we
yes,
can't-
we have made a lot of cool things in our
So
lifetime.
how come we can make all this cool shit, but we can't get working trains in the UK? Like, what the fuck?
What?
So, Joe, for context, we have this train called HS1 that they've been trying to build now for how long? Can you tell me HS1 timeline? They've been trying to build this train.
Yeah.
They were like, we're going to connect the north to London.
Yeah.
And make it like a super fast. Well, I think it was more about capacity than
Like a
actually
bullet
speed.
train type thing?
Kind of, yeah. But I think
Yeah.
the main point of it was to increase capacity and speed.
Right.
And
London to Paris in 2.5 hours. Okay.
Oh, sorry, HS2, my bad. Yeah,
There we
here
go. A long and winding timeline.
And like they've been trying to get this done for so long, and they just can't for some reason open one fucking train line.
It said it's taken them 14 years so far.
And then now they've turned around and been like, actually, we're just going to not do the other half. And we're just going to have the train go. Because originally they were going to go to like Manchester.
Yeah.
And other parts of the north. They're like, actually, we're just going to stop at Birmingham now. And it's like the whole point was to do the north.
We've connected the south to
And it's
slightly the north.
And they've gone like quadruple budget.
Yeah, as it always
And it's
is.
still not done, I don't think. Like, I think it's still going. And it's
hell.
such a shit show.
55.7 billion pounds.
Yeah, revised. That's like $70 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still nothing. Where is this money going? What the fuck are they doing? Meanwhile, Japan, you give them like $1 billion and they'll get it all done.
Yeah.
Well, it's like seeing the budget of like the new
Now it's at
Godzilla
90.
film.
Now the estimate's 98 billion.
98
2020. I bet it's even higher now.
Look at that picture of Boris.
Oh, fucking
That just says it all.
Scroll down.
Okay, so January 2022, they're considering finishing it.
Yeah, basically,
Jesus.
I think it's
Oh no, scrapping the north leg, October 2023. All right, cool.
like it's
guys.
monumental when some shit actually gets built.
Is it fucking impossible?
It's fucking
We
impossible.
tried to build one train and it took 100 billion and they couldn't even do it after 10 fucking plus years. What the fuck?
Well, even when every time I go back to Thailand, which you guys probably saw, you like go along the highway and then you see so much construction of just like pillars for like highways and train stops that have just been there since I first went to Thailand when I was born.
Yeah.
And they just I think they just gave up midway.
I just don't want to be the guy to be like getting 50 to 100 construction workers to build this giant pillar, and then just turning around and being like, actually, nah. Let's go home, guys. Sorry I made you build that.
It's like, we kind of just ran out of money. So now we just have these things.
Looks cool,
as
I guess.
like monuments.
Yeah.
Fucking. I think
This would be a great episode of Chris on. Chris will go on like a 90-minute rant.
Oh my god, yeah,
For
he
how
loves
much he
talking about
hates
this shit.
This stuff. It's so funny. Hearing Chris rant about this stuff is so funny. But it's such a shit show. It's just fucking useless.
yeah.
But meanwhile, Japan's like, yep, tunnel underwater, no problem. Let's do it.
Easy.
Let's do it. It's so cool when you go on that Shinkansen. You're like underwater for like 15 minutes.
Oh, longer than
On the
that.
sh-
It's like 20, 30 minutes.
It's so cool to think that you're just like blasting through underwater.
At like 500
yeah,
kilometers
it's
an hour.
crazy. It's such a cool leg. I love getting that Shinkansen, but it's so long.
Yeah.
4 hours.
Which leg is this one?
Tokyo to Hakodate.
Tokyo to Hakodate.
I've never taken that one. So.
Yeah.
It's so good. And whenever I end up in Hakodate, I always try to get the bullet train back, which is quite rare, but it's so cool. But it's so long, 4 hours. Yeah. You can just fly it in like an hour.
Yeah, well, shout out to all the urban planners and the architects watching
You're
this
the real
right now.
ones.
You guys are the real ones.
You the G's.
as long as you get the right budgets.
Well, that's been ours at Trash Taste for today. I hope you've had fun.
Complaining about a bunch of things, as always. The true trash taste experience.
The true trash taste experience.
But hey, look at all these patrons.
This is why the cockroach offed itself. At the beginning of this episode.
Died of cringe.
Yeah.
Oh, God, he did die.
Hey, look at all these patrons, though. I bet they don't complain about stuff. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
What's some projects you are excited to get complete? Even if it's just
If there are any.
Even if it's just a local
The
bus stop or
fabled
train
2 Trash
stop.
Taste specials in one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to the
Yes.
most. But hey, another thing you can look forward to in the meantime, though, is by heading over to our Patreon, patreon.com/trashtaste, because we give you guys extra Patreon videos every single week. And we have a brand new one for you guys right here, right now. Check it out. What's your personality, Gon?
Go with rude.
What's your favorite anime?
Let's go.
Why is
with...
Danganronpa so small?
why is like, yo, one of these ain't like
Demon
the
Slayer is
other.
also like coming off the side of the screen.
Demon Slayer! There's like every one of these is like the most famous anime, and then there's just Danganronpa. Just like, yeah, bro thinks he's part of the team. All right.
But hey, if you'd like to check that out as well as a bunch of other Patreon videos and support the show in the process, then head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. Connor's been shaking his hand for the past 5 minutes.
Bye.
Bye.